Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Ravens Rock and Monday Night Hobby Hangout. It's back again. Just after a short little break last week. Just had a few things going on at home that needed taken care of. So, yeah, I had to take a little bit of a break last week. So I do apologise for that. But we're all back. We're ready to go. We're raring. And we're not painting orcs this week. For a change, we are painting some Stormcast. So, all change, bit of a palette cleanse, but I am enjoying working through some of these. Some of you that are on the Discord would have seen I finished my Celestant Prime up last night on a hangout with Mr. Smith and the one and only Normski. Just chatting away, painting, pretty much like what we do on our streams tonight. But yeah, managed to get that all done, based, and proper happy with how that's turned out. Excuse me. So tonight we're going to continue, get some more Stormcast. I made a little bit of a start on it, just as setting the stream up because I was getting impatient. Wanting to paint it, but I have got some more just in case. But we'll see how far we get with the one. If not, I've got 3 all primed up, ready to go. So I'll have a look through those in a second. But first of all, we'll have a quick look at the early birds in the chat. We've got Mr. Richard Smith, I just mentioned. Welcome, dude. Thank you for dropping by. We've got the one and only Lone Ranger 1994, Mr. Ash. Glad you could join us, dude. Sorry, I'm sat here swiveling into chatting away. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for dropping in. Anybody else that's, lurking away, don't feel, too shy. You can chat away. We're a friendly bunch. We don't bite. Not hard, anyway. But, yes, so, as continuing from previous streams, we're going to quickly jump in and have a look at this. I'll just update it because I hadn't updated it from earlier. So we're on to the Warhammer community page and some more Horus Heresy goodies dropping, or bits dropping. Good evening, Mr. Mephos, just in time as we get a Space Wolf on the screen, dude. You couldn't have timed that better if you tried. But thank you for joining us, my American brethren. Welcome. So, Horus Heresy, it's the first time I've had a proper look through. So I'm going in blind like you guys, unless you've already seen it. But I am preferring the update on this, on the community page. It looks a bit more, entertaining, a bit of a background and stuff. They've just, spiced it up that little bit. But yeah, I am enjoying the new layout. So we'll have a quick look on here. I am so ready for this Horus Heresy, supposedly next month. We shall see, but I'm going to be all over that like a rash. I'm telling you, I really cannot wait. So, Legions of the Horus Heresy. The Space Wolves are the best boys. Yes, they are. According to this, not in my words. But you got a little bit of a write-up there. I mean, look at that. That just looks absolutely epic. That's a really good piece of artwork, isn't it? Who don't like Space Vikings? And that's all. That's what they are. And there's sick little wolves there as well. So it's a bit on the Legion. There's a little bit more. I'll let you guys read through it because I'll butcher probably half of this. And I'm not sure if that's a new model. I know we've got Mythos in the chat, who's a Space Wolf player and connoisseur. But he might be able to tell us if that's a new model or not. That is actually really nice model. I don't know if that's the old Lehman Russ, or if that's a new one. But I'm loving like the plate effect on the armor, even down the legs and up on the pauldrons and stuff like that. And that sword just looks an absolute beast on it. That is a really, really cool model, that actually. And that's the existing one, is it? Right. Oh, I might have to have a look at that. Because I might actually get all the Primark ones anyway, but the Horus Heresy ones, obviously before the Traitor Legions turned and stuff. And then you've got the box set of the new Horus Heresy, all done up as Space Wolves. Oh, I see. I am a little bit biased being a Raven Guard player. The old beaky helmet. I love the beaky helmets. However, these old, are they the Mark 5 helmets, or are they still Mark 6? But with like the Roman quill on the top, they are so cool. I'm thinking more along the lines of them. And then like you got your cataphracts up here with double lightning claws. They're going to be disgusting in game, aren't they? And then you've got your two. Is it the Praetors? I believe they are. Um, done up as Space Wolves as well. Shame I can't zoom in on them. Then you've got a little bit more of the rules and stuff like that on them. Warlord rules, Psychic, another one of the Primark there. See, I'm not that keen on the face from that angle, but I don't know if that's just how it's been painted up. Or is that more... no, that's definitely a paint job, isn't it? Oh, look at this. That's a sick piece of artwork, isn't it? That is nice. A bit more on the Heresy. All sorts going on there. And then the old model there. So I think from what it looks like, oh, look at that. That's the, I'm sure, is that the Mastodon? I'm sure that's the Mastodon. And they're just compounded out of there. But these helmets, I do prefer these helmets. They look a bit more like a knight with the grill on the front. But then with a bit of decoration and stuff on them. That's existing Norse. Love the paint job they did on the wolves for the new box. Yeah, it's really good job on that. And then there's a bit more here about, which one's that? Some ebooks on the Great Crusade and Lehman Ross Primark book. And then you've got a paint job, or a how-to paint, I should say. Horus Heresy Space Wolves, because obviously Horus Heresy paint schemes are completely different, or 9 times out of 10 they are completely different than the 40k ones. Just how things have evolved, or chapters have changed colour slightly. So worth a good little watch. That is all of that bit. Let's just pop back. Let's see what else has popped. So, ooh, what have we got here? Necromunda reveal. Looks more like a squat. As I say it, the squats make battle suits out of mining equipment and corpses out of other gangs. So there's a little bit more of a write-up. Necromunda's new Ironhead squat prospector gang. Try saying that. You've had a couple of drinks. So that looks like a new faction coming for Necromunda, I believe. Sometimes you need the... Oh, God. I'm going to butcher this. Sorry, guys. Virgin Exo Driller. That's a pretty cool little squat robot, really. Well, power suit, isn't it? More artwork of it there. So the model itself stayed quite, because there's the artwork, and then they've done a really, really good job of getting it to look just like the artwork. There's like little bits of rust and stuff like that, and the weathering. That's really, really good mod. Nice model, actually. Let's pop that off. The Lady of Vines. Cultivate dryads and protect allies with the Lady of Vines, the embodiment of nature's wrath. Oh, look at this. Echoes of Doom. So you've got Groot's mum there. Coming in from the Guardians of the Galaxy. A big Groot's mum. So these were all previewed the other week. Just have a quick flick through, see if there's anything. So it's a very busy model, really, isn't it? I mean, you've got all these branches coming off. So that's on that one. What else have we got? Cultivate dryads. That one. Adepticon, if you want to read up on that. Some more spanners. Sunday preview. I know this would have got a few people. If I wasn't getting Horus Heresy, I really had to check myself, because I would have got this if Horus Heresy wasn't coming out. So a new battle box for Age of Sigmar, which goes on pre-order this weekend coming. There's a little bit of a video there for it. And the Echoes of Doom. So you've got Groot's mum and some more tree people. Sorry if you collect them. I'm not that clued up on it. It's the tree spirits. But then you've got these beautiful, beautiful models. And I believe that's a new Belm. Is that a new one? Let's have a quick read. So you got Gracie, a skit rat. Oh, 42 miniatures. So there's 42 miniatures in the box set, which includes a book filled with narrative info, new rules for fighting the realm of fire, and battle plans to follow. Sylvaneth. That's who they are, Sylvaneth. Quest to hunt down the Ratmen. There's also War Scroll cards in the box and tokens to help easily keep track of abilities in the heat of battle. So, I mean, who doesn't like Skaven? Especially that new Doomstalker one. That is such a beautiful model. Oh, don't, I'm talking myself back into it. And then there's a combat patrol for the Custodes. It's like 40k version of Stormcast, isn't it? Oh, go. A new Blade Champion. That's pretty cool. That is a nice model. The Gene Stealer Cults. So this one was previewed quite a long time ago now. I think that one's going on pre-order this week by the looks of it. We've been in this section. Some more Warcry stuff. You got the Dark Oath Savages. Very Conan the Barbarian like, especially this one top right with the red hair. Very Conan like, isn't it? Tarantulas Blood. You got the Tarantula people. I believe these come out in a box set before, but it looks like they're getting their own single box. Pass on them, don't like spiders. And then you've got the scenery that you can get separate as well now. And then new from the Black Library, so you've got the God's Bane, you've got the book and ebook coming out. And then Horus Heresy print on demand. You can get them printed off on demand now. I thought they already did that, but hey ho. I've been working through mine. Just finished the Fulgrim book. So that was really, really good. I enjoyed that one. It's definitely the darkest book of the Horus Heresy so far. And then also you've got some Black Templar artwork. Oh, shooting away there. I wonder if they're shooting down their own Primaris brothers that, you know, they heretically killed. Trigger a few people. And then you've got some key rings coming out. So you can have a key ring of a Space Marine helmet. You've got a Blood Angel, a Smurf, Iron Hand, or Grey Knight, could be. Don't know if that's the only 3 that's coming out. They might be doing all different chapters. And then this week on Warhammer Plus, you got the masterclass painting some Titans. Interrogator episode 3 finally. I literally just watched episode 2 about an hour ago. Really, really good. It's definitely a slow burner. It's taken a little while to get into, but I did really enjoy it. And the artwork that's going into it is really, really gritty. And then you got the normal stuff for Warhammer Live this week. Do we know how much this box is going to be? Freeze and rats. Let me have a quick look, Mr. Smith. Hopefully this comes up. Let's have a look at Games Workshop. And have a look. It might not show it yet because it's not up for pre-order yet. Well, hopefully this is working. Pre-orders. So you got the new Daughters of Cain and Nighthaunt. Oh, New High Taunt. Is this working? Yeah, it's working, so it's showing it. No, it doesn't look like it's showing it, Mr. Smith. I've not seen any prices. Then you got to temporarily out of stock. So it's not showing it, I'm afraid, dude. Let's turn that off. Just catch up with you guys in the chat. The price, I feel like so it was a bit meh. Oh, groovy now, hanging out with you legends. There's only one legend here, Mr. Smith. Mr. Meatball. Meatball. I really can't spit my words out. I've had way too much coffee and I've still got another one here. And it's all you guys in the chat. They're absolute legends for being here and hanging out and chatting away with us. Yeah, they were in the Red Harvest. Mr. Superfly popping in. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, so let's pop this over onto this cam. And as you can see, I did get a little bit premature. Wait. And I made a start on the banner and the shield. However, I have got some more undercoated up ready to go. So like with all my other Stormcast that I have done, I just undercoat with a Retributor Armor Spray, let that dry, make sure it's dried fully, and then just a really heavy dry brush with Retributor paint, because obviously it comes out of the can slightly different. Then as the brush, and then that's literally where I'm up to. So we'll just crack on with this and see how far we get. Hopefully we'll get pretty much all the way done. I mean, I can get the basing and everything done as well. There's not really a lot of different colours on these. But I'll quickly show you if this camera is going to finish off. So Mr. Smith and Superfly saw this last night that I managed to finish off in the Hangout. And let's just see if we can get this to focus. Let's pull this camera out a little bit and move that light. Obviously the light flipping kills it on these, doesn't it? On these cameras. So you can see the Celestant Prime all in his glory, all based up and ready. Yeah, really happy with how that turned out. I was a little bit nervous painting it because I did mess up. Let's sort this camera back out, get this back down. When I did paint it, build it, sorry, I built it as it is, and I really should have built it in sub-assembly, just so it was easier painting the warp and scroll effects around the bottom. Just catch up, they call me. That's so good. Check the photos are in the completed page on Chilling Wargamers. So if you want to check it out, or you can see it a little bit more detail, better than my pants camera. It's not a camera in my pants, don't worry. I'm saying that this camera is rubbish. No, you're right, it works via leaks, won't it? Yeah, probably. So, let's get some music on. So, I'm thinking, we had a good run last time with the Surprise Me, but I want to just have I'm going to play the chill track, so hopefully that's working just fine. If it is too loud for you guys, as always, just let us know and I'll sort something out with it. And we'll just get straight in on this. Hopefully it's not bad. Straight in on the pouches, if I can find them. He hasn't got a pouch on this one. So we'll get these leather straps coming down here. With a nice pale brown steel these can grab. For those of you that use GW pen. Normally I use this and then I'll just go over it afterwards once it's dried with a brown contrast. Just add that little bit more of a texture to it. I see you managed to finally win a game as well, Rob. Well, I say finally, win a game. You won your second game at the weekend. I believe you tabled your opponent with your toe. Well done, dude. I really wanted to be cracking on for some while with these, but my bloody orcs just keep pulling me back in, and I really should, you know, keep mixing it up, especially for you guys, because you don't want to just see me painting orcs all the time. But then also it helps me get through my backlog, especially with Horus Heresy 2.0 coming out. I will be getting that. I'll be getting that very first box set, but I'm not 100% sure if I'll be opening it and jumping straight on it, just because I'm not sure what's actually going to be coming out with it. Purely because I have decided which Legion I'm going for, so I'm going to do Lunar Wolves. But I don't think there's any rules for Lunar Wolves, so they'd proxy in as name's gone out of my head. I'm on complete mind fart. Sons of Horus. There we go. I don't know why. I couldn't get that out. Tabled in 3 moves. Nice. Paint what you want, have a watch it. Well, I'm here to paint what you guys want as well. Within reason. I'm not going buying stupid models. But yeah, you know what I mean. So I was going to see if they're going to bring anything specific out for them, like certain shoulder pads and that. I know they are bringing out, shit, this paint up, some upgrade packs for the like heavy weapons, and yes, I'm going to be one of them people, and everything in my Lunar Wolves is going to be Volkite. I'm just going to be evil with it. Especially those, the ones that are like understrung, like where they're carrying them underneath, like the heavy Volkite. They just look absolutely ridiculous. You know for a fact that the rules are going to be mental for them. Any news on the Dawn tank? I've not heard anything. I believe you're on about the, is it the Rogel Dawn tank that's coming for, it's coming for, out for the guard, wouldn't it? I've not heard any more rumours on that one. I know obviously there's 2 different tanks coming out for what we are calling it Heresy 2.0, aren't we? But so you have the Kratos tank, and then obviously you got the Rhino. Let's try and get in on this leg. Renewables, hell yeah. Yeah, we'll be running us then, Mr. Meepos. I don't make it easy for myself, do I? Basically, I only picked Lunables because when I first got back into the hobby, I liked the story behind the Raven Guard and how they looked. And then, obviously, I'd never read the Horus Heresy, and then as I've read that, it's just the character Gabriel Logan. Just absolutely love that character. So I basically just wanted to do him. Get in on any of the other bits there. Nope. So the black, I'll let that dry off. Alright, edge highlight that. Where's my red? Watering down. Let's get this stuff. It's going to be all over shot tonight. Be right. Well, what are you guys working on in the chat tonight? Or if you're busy at work like me, Foss. Sorry, dude. As a White Scars man, I could say that painted white armor is a special journey. Indeed. Yeah, I'm not. That's where I was leading before, and I've completely sidetracked. So obviously, I'd picked Raven Guard, which is black, and you'd think black is an easy colour to paint, and it actually is. It's a quite awkward one. White is just as bad, if not worse. But I think I did get away with doing my Apothecary for me Raven Guard quite well. So it's definitely going to take a little bit of practice to nail down the white that I want. But yeah, I'll be happy with it. Well, I hope I will. Might end up stripping them down and going for a different legion. Loken is such a cool and noble character. He is an absolute, excuse my French, badass. I just love the story around him. Obviously with the Horus Heresy at the moment, well I say at the moment, where I'm up to at the moment, so a little bit of a spoiler if any of you have not read it. One, why not? And two, just close your ears for 30 seconds. But I'm up to, well obviously I'm up to Fulgrim, but where they bombed the planet and it's left saying that he's under rubble, but obviously it doesn't say if he's dead or not. That's where I'm up to. That's the red bit done. Still at work, but currently on my painting desk are 3 Omega Knights. Nice. Did you get the new ones then, did you, Mythos? I'm struggling so hard not to leave them. Staring on my card. It's my Green Rangers with my crew. I've seen the head swap that you did on them, dude. It's quite nice, that, actually. I do like what you've done with them. Just those nice big homie. Yeah, get them done, Mythos. I want to see them finished. Right. Midnight. Get the silver done on this. So on this, he's got a little bit of a chainmail at the front. Which you can't see all of it anyway, but we'll get it as best as we can. And then at the back, oh, I'm doing this on camera, yeah. Hopefully you guys can let me know if you can see this okay, or do you need it zoomed in that little bit more? Let's see if I can have a look. Let's see if I can. See, because of the light, I think it's just going to blur it out, isn't it? Just because of the metallics, it is quite shiny, isn't it? You drop your knights. That makes it okay for me to start my Krieg. Iron Hands to do first. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If you're doing Iron Hands, Mr. Superfly, let's just say, don't lose your head. Hopefully you know what I'm on about, dude. No new knights. These are ones that came in the Forge Bane box. G-Style Cults come out. I had a friend buy 2 boxes and they came out. Started Gene Steel Army. Alright, nice. I thought it was the... I'm sure some new ones come out with the... in that new box set. Last weekend. I happily bought the AMAC and now it's part of the box to ease his birth. Yeah, just to make it that little bit easier for him. That's so nice of you, me boss. You gotta help a brother out, ain't you, dude? Just work our way around now and get all these silver bits. Music is proper random, isn't it? I think it's a bit better like that though, isn't it? Because you're not just stuck to one genre. Which does make it a bit better for you guys, I suppose, because obviously if you don't like a certain type of music, you don't want to be listening to that, do you? Just work our way around. Nice and easy. I've had way too much coffee today to be trying to paint in detail. Really have. Right, help a brother out. HBO. Eh? Don't know what you're on about, me boss. You on about the TV channel HBO? Or am I just being completely daft? Some of these gold bits I will have to go back over, just because it comes out completely different. Help a brother out. Ah, right, got you now. Too old for all these acronyms. I just got used to LOL and LMAFO. These kids these days. I like how that breaks up on there actually. It's the silver. Is that all the silver? Surely not. I think it is. Wow. Right. Moving on again. Flying through this. I'm going to have to give this one a good shake because it's my pallid witch flesh. And it was quite lumpy last time, so if it is making a bit of a noise while I shake this paint, I do apologise. You're not old, you're vintage badass. Yes, dude. Right, so palette witch flesh. Let's make sure this is nice and lump free. For once, I've gone helmetless on one of these Stormcasts. So this guy, you can see his face. So he is a little bit Meadvoss like one of your Space Wolves because he's got a nice little beard. So we're just going to build this up gradually over the gold spray. Try and get it nice and smooth if we can. Bold Heed. Shout out to all my fellow wolves. Take your meds and drink some water. Yeah, it's nearly nap time. I get that when we're at work. Cause like the group of guys I hang around with at work are obviously a lot younger. Meds taken. I'll get the water. So like when you start talking about like certain music that comes on at work and a certain song will come on, you're like, oh, I remember this. Do you remember this when it first come out? And it'd be like 96, 97, 1996, that is, not 18 before you say anything, Rob. 1996, 97 era, and they'll be like, but no, I weren't born till 2001, 2002. You're like, Jesus Christ, I feel old. Switching paints again up to a Wraith Bomb. Get these scrolls done, or at least the first layer of it. Yeah, so that, I mean, like, they won't have a clue what music you're on about, or they'll know like the song and it'll be like, oh yeah, my dad listens to them. You're like, oh my god. Ah, Jay. Good evening, Jay, dude. Jay's from work, but he's not. He's one of the oldies like me. It's painful sometimes, isn't it, dude? You can see the back end of this banner as well. You probably will need 2 coats on this banner anyway, just to smoothing it out that little bit afterwards. Well, yeah, thanks for tuning in, Jay, dude. Appreciate it, pal. Forgot to say. Should get along that rim on the top. And then the same underneath. My hands are proper shaking now. Luckily it's not too much of a detail, this one. It'll literally be like 2 coats of this Wraith Ball, and then a Seraphim sepia wash over the top, and then that's that done. Right, now for the, I need a smaller brush. Some of my coffee. I'm licking my brush up. That Wraith Ball tastes minging. Oh, happy. Happy to watch it all day. You cheeky git. Wait till tomorrow. Right, let's see if I can mess this up. fact, I'm going to fill the whole middle. I was going to try and leave the middle, but I've had an idea. We'll see how it works. And yeah, I knew what you meant, dude. Don't worry. So, any of you guys in the chat getting any of the pre-orders this week, or are you waiting now for the Horus Heresy, or even waiting for later in the year when supposedly the squats get released? Because I know a lot of people were going to be all in on Horus Heresy, but then when they announced the squats, a lot of people have backed off from that and just going to stick with squats. Get this from a different angle. My hand is shaking like mad, can you see that? It's always the case when you're trying to get detail work. Just stopped off to pick up my waffles and milkshake, my punishment for working late. Could be worse, I suppose. Definitely could. Definitely could. So are you getting Horus Heresy as well then, me boss? So those of you in the chat that are getting it, it'd be interesting to see. Just a quick little, not so much a poll, because obviously I don't have a clue how to do that on here. No Horus Heresy for me. Still have a few things to do before I venture on to my 4th army. You should do Horus Heresy, Rob. It'd be sick, dude. I would say then I could play against you, but I'm not travelling all the way to America just to have a go with Horus Heresy. I think the missus might kill me. No flex purchases for me at the moment. I spent too much on Warhammer recently. I need to put away guide releases. Then you've got to prioritise, haven't you? But then, see, it were like, yeah, Horus Heresy, and then the squats got released. It were like, oh, but I do like them. And then they released this box set that's pre-ordered this week, and you've got the new Skaven, and it's like, oh, but I want the Skaven. So it's one of them. But for obviously, like, on the different game aspects, for Age of Sigmar, I have my Oryx and my Stormcast. Albeit I've probably only got about 200 points of sormcast. It's probably a little bit more actually, because it's surprising how many points they are. I've got an entire the third company of Raven Guard is completed in my 40k, and then I've got about 2,500 points of orcs now for 40k. So, I mean, do I really need another army? Probably not, but I like them, so I want them. But I think it's one of them where it's more, not that I'd probably play on that much, but I want to do a really good job of them, and not so much like a display army, but it's like a guilty pleasure army, which is purely going back to like what I was saying earlier about Gabriel Lorcan, just because I love that character. That's why I wanted Lunar Wolves. I think that's probably going to be like my last biggest purchase, until like I get something like, because I have got an idea for a knight. Obviously there are different houses for knights, I believe, and not so much for certain legions, even though they worked with certain legions. But I do want to do a knight as a Raven Guard one. But from what I have seen, there is a house that is, I believe, House Raven. So I can get around the lore or story aspect of it that way. Let's tidy these little bits of trim up around here. So that old trim is going to be gold, which needs touching on. That bottom bit does need to be silver yet. That middle bit needs to be white. No, that's gold. Is it white? I'm not sure on that one. On the back there, how I'm going to do that trim. I just want to quickly do a second coat over that. Much like you with Logan, I picked House Tyrannus for my knights because I like the noble knights and the Horus Heresy nobles. Yeah, I mean, it's quite surprising, like, how much you can connect with certain characters and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I just believe it's how good the actual writing is. In the stories about the Horus Heresy. Obviously it's completely fiction, but it's just how it's written, and like how, I mean, they got like the mannerisms and the description down to a T. Admittedly, I have not read a single Horus Heresy book. I know, shock, shock, horror, because I said I've just finished Fulgrim. All of mine, actually, are on audiobook. For me, that just makes a complete difference. Because when you're listening to it, obviously the audiobook, they do all the different voices for the different characters. So a lot of the times it's the same one or two people. Like the Gazgul book, that had like 2 or 3 people narrating it. So like when someone's narrating and different characters, they'll throw a different voice in there or like speak completely different. That for me just makes such a difference that, I don't know, it makes you connect that little bit more with that character. Also, I believe, anyway.
I guess we all have future pants. They're pants we're going to wear tomorrow. And the next day. And the day after that.
Yeah. Couple of nights and I can have a whole another army. Oh dear. That your next army then, Rob? Because I know you do like your tanks, don't you, dude? I did my first night Twilight with my wolves. A couple of nights later, I've got an army. Yeah. Well then, say for me, it's then opening a whole different kettle of fish. It's like, which night do you get? So it's like, oh god, you know what I mean? Me false.
I guess we all have future pants. They're pants we're going to wear tomorrow. And the next day.
This song's weird.
And the day after that.
It's talking about future pants. We all have future pants. Very, very, very random. I suppose it fits in perfect with the show, doesn't it? Time are we on? I think so. I've been going an hour already. I mean, you can see now there's quite a lot. Obviously, that white gets bleached out. There we go. You can see it a lot more in detail there now. And a focus. You're gonna focus. No. So that is pretty much there and thereabouts. What I'll do now, actually, is get this skinned up. Oh, launching cameras everywhere. Luckily, it's not the one I'm showing you guys. Facts, big homie facts. We'll see, Rob. Gulliman flesh for the head. What I've done, I've left quite a bit of water on my brush, just so it's a bit muted, but then you can move it around that a little bit more. What I've found, it gives you that little bit more of a playtime with it. That's that bit. And then all over the gold now. Leave that to the end. Leave that to the end. I'm getting ahead of myself. So you've got this nice little white beard, which I might just come in with a grey. Now I want my Seraphim Sepia, or Serpia, however you want to pronounce it, wherever you're from. My shade brush. Load my brush up. Just make sure it deposits nicely in. The crevices on there. Obviously the back there's no writing anywhere. Drop some in there. Just let it flood into that bit, and then as you can see it's in the, there we go. Oh, we had it then, come on. There's the banner. Really happy with that. Really happy. And actually you can you see his head? Come on. No. I will get a proper shot on the Discord afterwards, after the show, so you can see it properly and in detail. But what I'll do now is give my shade brush a little bit of a rinse. So Reichland Flesh Shade, which is a nice Citadel shade paint, and then literally all over the gold armour. Quite sparingly, not too much, just so when we come back to highlight it, obviously at another time once it's dried properly, I do try to let my shades have a good hour or two to dry properly off. come in and edge highlight them back up. It just gives that gold that little bit of a brassy, tarnished, not so much weathered, but not new, if you know what I mean. Hey up, fellow Ravens, how do indeed, Mr. Kev. Thank you very much, dude, for taking the time out to join us here. How are you, dude? How was the holiday? Hope you and the family had a good time, dude. Oh, I'm loving how this is coming together now. It looks completely different than how I was imagining, but in a good way. And it does still tie into how I've done all my others. It's a good job, really, isn't it? So, go back to the red. The last little bit. Sir Corner of Kev. Sir Kev of Corner, indeed. Keeper of IKEA car parks. Touch up where I've gone over on that. Shut up, Kev, Gash. Checking out, must go forth and indoctrinate. Indoctrinate? Educate, I mean. Come on, Rob. See, you feel better now that you've got that out your system, don't you, Rich? You know, now that you've abused poor old Kev. Poor Kev. Poor lad's done nothing wrong. He comes in, says hello, and you start abusing it. It's terrible. Terrible, dude. Poor Kev. Good evening as well to Gina Doherty. Thank you very much for taking the time out to join us here. I hope you're well, Gina. Be joining, was it? I'm sure it was yourself with the was it the Northwest 100 with the motorbikes? I'm sure you posted somewhere. It might not have been the Northwest 100, but I definitely remember seeing something. Holiday was fine. Rained down on Sunday, so couldn't do much, but made the most of Saturday. So it wasn't all bad. The kids had a nightmare though. Oh dear. Yeah, you feel much better now, don't you, Rich? Shout out. Want to see the Great Hobby Streams and Imperium magazine review? Want to see the all the corner related hobby content. Want to see a show occasionally hosted in an IKEA parking lot? Yes, me boss. Then check out the hobby corner. That's a shout out and half that. I do like that, me boss. Well done, dude. Ooh, Kev's coming back with all the spice. Northwest 200. That, yeah. 200. Sorry, Gina. You knew what I meant, though. See, I was paying attention. Big loves to me, boss. See, Kev, you need a mod like that, dude. I got me a Mephos. Absolute legend he is. Alright, see if I can get this bit without messing it up. Because it's awkwardly right between his friggin' legs. Trying to do this sword. See, now I know you're lying. It beats seeing bikes at 207 mile an hour on the road. Yeah. That's one thing I always wanted to do when I had my bike. Just go over for the Isle of Man. But after the accident I had on my bike, I don't want to go on a bike again. And I think going over there, it'd have to be on a bike. I won't want to drive over on a car and watch it. So I'll quite happily watch it on the telly instead now. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I'm proper buzzing with that. I'm well happy with that. So, last little bit of a touch is, I keep saying that, last little bit. That's why I'm world famous. There's a difference between famous and infamous, though, Kev. Don't come in here to be upsetting my chat, dude. Payback on Friday. A little bit of null oil just over these silver bits. You don't want to be messing with Mr. Smith anyhow, Kev. He'll set Ferrer on you. She won't mess about. So let's just get this last little bit of shade on and then let that all dry nice and bonny before I come back probably tomorrow with it. So obviously I've got work all day tomorrow. come back and just edge highlight up the little bits of metal. And then just redo that gold on the banner, just to tidy it up, neaten it up that little bit. And then basing wise, it's literally as I've done with all my other Stormcast. See, my Stormcast and Oryx all have the same base. So they all look pretty similar in that aspect. So they've just got Geek Gaming patchy planes. Just because as I come across that stuff, it is out of this world how much of a difference that product makes. I can't recommend it highly enough. That stuff is freaking awesome. There we go. Let's see if I can get a focus. Come on. Focus. Super expensive camera. Oh, there we go. Look at that, guys. I can hold it. Come on. Even his beard. And the banner. Obviously, we've got the back of the banner to sort out. I've not decided on what colours, if it's gold on the trim and then silver, white afterwards, like on this, on the front. But yeah, really, really happy with it. See film on score. The racing picture so cool. Exactly, got to bring that up. I always know the score, Rich. Sweet, thank you very much, Gina. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with that, actually. I think I've done a better job on that than I have on the Celestin Prime. Oh, get them painted glasses off the you really do hurt your eyes after a little bit, don't they? Let's just turn that music off a second and let this over scare you all with my ugly mug. So yeah, I've been having my painted glasses on, but anything longer than like an hour and a half, and yeah, your eyes really do start to sting. It's probably just me with old age, isn't it? But I really recommend them brushes, them glasses as well, especially with fine detail work. I do find that it helps me quite a lot. That's pretty much it for this week, guys. So if for all you people that popped in late, if you want to skip back to the beginning and just double check the previews for this week coming and what come out this weekend, then please feel free. So the rest of the week as well on the CWG network, I believe Kev's back this Friday. He's in the chat. He might confirm it, he might not. Keep an eye out. And also I believe Mifos is back on. I know you missed a couple, but I think he's back to his regular slot with Freak. Absolute brilliant shows, the pair of them. Outside of CWG, I believe, I keep saying I believe, sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. Elston should be on tomorrow, and then on Wednesday you will have Josh from the Pickle Jar on his Pickle Vision live stream. Definitely check all them guys out, share them some love, leave some comments in the chats afterwards and stuff like that. Let's just help everyone out. It's one big happy family, isn't it? Apart from that, guys, that's it from me. So thank you very, very much. I always enjoy these live streams. It's great just interacting with you guys. I love every single one of you. if you've got any comments, any questions or anything, pop them in the chat afterwards. Just leave a comment or whatever. It does help me with my algorithm, but then also we can have a little discussion in the other things that you'd like to see on the channel. If there's any recommendations that that help me improve to make it better for you at the end of the day, that's why I'm here. But apart from that, guys, that's pretty much it from me this week. So hopefully you've had a really good time. As he says. And let's get this music back on. Yeah. So that's it. Hopefully see you all again next week. If not, I'll see you in one of the chats of the shows that I mentioned earlier. I will be in the chats chatting away as well with those guys. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.